Hey, what's up, guys? This is UNBOXxp. I finally got my hands on PlayStation's iteration of what they think a pro gaming controller should be. There are plenty of third-party companies modding PS5 controllers like Battle Beaver, so my expectations are really high. After a long-awaited release, does the controller live up to the hype? First, we'll do an unboxing, talk about build quality, design, trigger buttons, back buttons, function buttons, thumbsticks, features, and finally, is it worth it? And before I begin, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification for future UNBOXxp videos. When you first put your hands on the controller and actually hold it, it feels hefty and high quality even though it's made of all plastic. Doesn't squeak at all. And it feels a lot heavier too. Best way to describe it is the Pro controller doesn't feel as hollow as a regular controller does. It does feel like this controller is going to last you a long time. Now looking at the design, it's very similar to the PS5 controller the console comes with, but there are a couple of things that set it apart. What catches your attention is the two-tone color they used. The D-pad buttons and the touchpad are all black now. Extra detail is also added on the touchpad that shows PlayStation controller buttons. The joystick cover is also changed from a matte finish to a glossy finish. Now you have to worry about fingerprints. Moving to the back, this is where the back buttons are going to be. Sony also added rubber grips for less slippage. Tiny details were also added to the triggers for better grip. The design isn't game changing but subtle to differentiate a Pro from a non-Pro controller. Going to the top of the Pro controller are the triggers. It's the same feeling you get with the regular PS5 controller, but the Pro controller has built-in trigger stops. There are 3 levels you can choose from. The first and second will be perfect for adventure, sport, and racing games. The last setting would be perfect for fighting and especially shooting games. Having the fastest possible response time when you press down on the trigger to the response you get on the screen makes a huge difference. Now going to the back of the controller, you can see inputs for changeable back button attachments. There are 2 different options you can choose from. One is going to be high, you have a less chance of accidentally hitting it, or low, having a higher chance of hitting it on accident. An advantage that this gives you, especially when you're playing competitively, is assigning the jump button to a back button so you never have to leave your thumb off the joystick. With this, you'll be able to move, jump, and aim all at the same time to give you that edge. Moving to the front of the PS5 controller, you can see the new function buttons. You can press these buttons at any time. These allow you to adjust your game volume, and not only that, if you already have a saved customized button layout profile, you can switch between those at any time instantly. To control the volume from the controller, all you do is press on the right function, and at the same time press up and down on the left D-pad. And to create a custom profile, you press on the left function, and you press triangle, and it'll bring you right here to custom profiles, and then you go to create custom profile. And when you get in here, you can name it whatever you want. I just left it as is. And then it brings you to 5 options. The first one is customize button assignments. And you can change whatever button to whatever button you want. And then on the bottom, this is where you set the back buttons. And in my case, I have it as X for my left trigger or left button. And then for the back. And then for the right, I have it as circle for melee. I play a lot of Call of Duty. The second one is stick sensitivity and dead zone. This right here with the left and right stick, you're able to adjust how far you want to push the thumbstick before you get a response. And it's the same settings you'll see in Warzone as well, or in Call of Duty in general. Exactly the same. And then on the next tab is trigger dead zones. Here, depending if you have it on the first trigger stop, you can adjust how far you want it to respond. This usually helps out like when you're playing like Ratchet & Clank, and to shoot rapid fire, you have to push it all the way down. If you don't want to do that, where you have to push it all the way down and you want it instant, you can change that right there. And for vibration intensity and trigger effect, they work all the same, just depending on how strong you want the vibration. And if you have your mic turned on, it makes it less. And after you're done, you just create the name of the profile, and then you put it to one of the assigned profiles, and then you press on the left function. In this case, it's going to be square. So the left function is square, and then that's how you get to that profile. While we're still at the front, another focus was on joysticks. You can change it instantly to long or short, or have it flat or dome. I love using the dome set because it's easier to control while aiming. A huge issue all controllers have is stick drift. Sony was able to combat this by allowing the users to replace them by buying additional joysticks. All you have to do is just pop them out by taking this case off, popping the joystick off, putting a new one in, and putting the case back on, and you're good to go. The PS5 Pro Controller also comes with an attachment for the included USB-C cable that locks into your controller so it never falls out on accident. It's really easy to install and take off when you're finished using it. You just put the USB-C cable inside, close it, plug it in the USB-C port on the controller, and lock it, and you're good to go. The biggest question you're probably wondering is it worth it? For $200, you have to consider what you're getting. A premium case, back buttons with 2 different styles, extra thumbsticks, replacement thumbstick units you can purchase for stick drift, function keys to easily switch custom profiles to what game you're playing, trigger stops for fast response times. I would say it's worth it. But if you're only wanting back buttons, I recommend modding your controller for $40 and get the Extreme Rate kit. Now, if you're interested in getting the PS5 controller or anything you see in this video, I'll have my affiliate links below, which supports the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.